Hello and welcome to another interesting episode of Customs Duty, brought to you by the Nigeria Customs Service. In our package this week, Nigeria Customs Service hosts World Customs Organization WCO and the Japan International Cooperation Agency JICA to build the capacity of customs operatives across African countries in the area of rules of origin. Nigeria Customs Service strengthens collaboration with Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority to combat petroleum smuggling. We'll also bring to you other reports alongside the usual Customs Hub segment, where we get you informed on activities that relate to import and excise duty collection for the week. I am Tosi Obiakeme. Thank you for joining us. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Representatives of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, and Dangote refineries converge on headquarters of the Nigeria Customs Service. They are here to discuss issues concerning the working modalities of movement of petroleum products across the country and beyond. This is with the view to addressing issues of concern to the government and the Nigeria Customs Service regarding illegal movement of petroleum products across the nation's borders, among others. The Comptroller General of Customs, under whose directive the meeting is holding, is represented by Assistant Comptroller General of Customs, ACG tinubu.
We've been directed to establish a framework for periodic surveillance of petroleum filling stations, especially those located in traditionally volatile border areas, to also interface with IPMAN to develop a weekly roster that will limit the control and number of petroleum tankers that are allowed to enter into these volatile border areas, and then also have the discussion with NMDPRA as to the justification for the establishment of multiple filling stations given the population density of those particular areas. We're also to establish a communication network that allows us to remotely monitor point-to-point movement of petroleum products.
ACG Bomodi maintains that deployment of technology will come in handy in curtailing petroleum diversion and smuggling.
Eyes in the sky, we're able to create integrity in the system. That means from when products migrate from refineries, we're able to see that they end up in designated filling stations and not diverted to any other area. It's very, very important that we maintain this and the records in the central filing system that makes it a lot easier for us to checkmate illegal activities. We will also be integrating all area controllers, all areas in the Nigerian Customs Service. The same view that you've just seen that is activated at the level of headquarters is the same view that all of them have in the different areas. So it's not that anybody is going to sit down in Abuja to start monitoring everybody nationally. No. Every place where a filling station is operating under the auspices and control of a particular area controller. So they will be given the responsibility to ensure, one, that products arrive where they are designated to arrive, two, that they are not diverted using any means that has been observed henceforth thus far to divert these products, and also to send returns in recorded format as to utilization of products that are designated for these individual filling stations.
In his submission, Comptroller Hussein Ejibunu, National Coordinator Operation Whirlwind, maintains that creating the team in order to curtail illegal smuggling and diversion of petroleum products is a patriotic decision.
I am not out to bring down anybody. I am not out to say, yes, the money you have put in, you will not have a good benefit of your investment. No. As a matter of fact, we are to support legitimate trade, those that are having their businesses correctly, we are to support them by all standards. But for those who believe in running through by the back door, those who believe in doing things the other way, they will have a lot to contend with us. Oil is critical to the survival of the nation economically. Then, I still believe, and I continue to reiterate the fact that it is not good security-wise to empower our traducers outside, because this fuel that is being taken out goes and falls to the hands of bandits. And bandits will use this fuel to come in to attack us. How can we sit down, allow those outside who are our traducers to give them the enabling environment and power to attack us?
While maintaining the fact that NMDPRA has the mandate of ensuring availability and security of petroleum products, noting that every Nigerian is entitled to a license, the association's representative at the meeting views Operation Whirlwind as nationalistic and indeed patriotic.
The security situation in the country now calls for critical measures. And I'm sure it is in light of that the Nigerian customs have taken these critical innovations to ensure that whatever petroleum product we have in the country is consumed within the borders of Nigeria. The NMDPRA uses guidelines, and also we follow what the PIA says, and also we have our operating procedures. And in view of that, whatever decision that shall be taken that's for the national good is one that should be commended. And those critical issues, I'm sure, will be discussed in a better forum and in a more expanded forum, so that we can have a pathway to ensure security supply for the country.
Despite raising concerns about seizure of trucks and the closure of certain filling stations, which he pleads should be viewed more critically, IPMAN President Abubakar Shatima pledges his association's commitment to being law-abiding.
And we, as independent petroleum marketers, were patriotic and law-abiding. Said it anywhere. And we normally cooperate with all the government needs. We cooperate. And provide X in our means. We push them out. Our people now have started getting advantage of giving independent petroleum marketers direct allocation. You go around anywhere, you will see most of our filling stations today are weighted. We are selling almost 24 hours in some places. And NNPC retail itself today, you can go around and check. Today, they source their product from any depot in Nigeria today. And any location within Nigeria to take to their stations, provided that the price.
The discussion at the meeting has focused on streamlining actions in the petroleum sector so that only legitimate traders of the item are given free hands to operate within the guidance of the law. The occasion also signifies commitment of the Comptroller General of Customs to collaboration, which forms part of his policy thrust for the good of the nation. In line with the NCS Act 2023, the underlisted overtime containers and vehicles domiciled at the underlisted commands, following a motion of expert with suit number FHC/L/MISC/8262024 dated 28th November 2024 are hereby published for the information of the public. Accordingly, importers/agents of the overtime goods are given 2 weeks grace period from the date of this publication to process and clear their goods or forfeit same to the federal government of Nigeria. Please note that, in accordance to the NCS Act 2023, Nigeria Customs Service will commence auction of all uncleared overtime goods immediately after the expiration of the grace period. For more information, visit www.customs.gov.ng. This message is from the Public Relations Unit of the Nigeria Customs Service. The African Continental Free Trade Agreement Rules of Origin, which refers to the administrative rules and criteria used to determine the origin status of products that are traded across borders, have their significance derived from the fact that duties and restrictions in several cases depend upon the source of imports. Rules of origin determine in which country a product was sourced or made, its economic nationality, and helps ensure that customs authorities apply lower duties correctly so that businesses located in the free trade agreement countries benefit from them. Understanding this is key to the success of AfTA. Hence, the Nigeria Customs Service hosts a 5-day workshop organized by the World Customs Organization (WCO) in collaboration with the Japan International Cooperation Agency (JICA).
This workshop has been organized. It's to gather together the 24 West and Central African countries to be able to build the competence in terms of application and implementation of the agreement.
We invited participants from 21 WCO members in those regions, of course including Nigeria. And then we have developed 20 master trainers on rules of origin.
We have been working closely with Nigeria Customs Service, undertaken a lot of capacity building activities. We started with the basic level training, went into advanced level, and finally trainer of trainers. So at the moment, we are confident that Nigeria already has capacity among its experts to be able to roll out more national trainings in the country. And so for us, we continue to support because training is a continual endeavor. And over and above that, we are also very keen with the private sector. And so we are looking forward to further engagements with the private sector in Nigeria.
Some of the workshop participants bear their minds about the workshop.
The focus of the training is on the African Continental Free Trade. So we're thinking through the rules, what we call the origin criteria that must be applied for commodities being traded among state parties. So we have gone through how to apply these rules. Again, we have been taught about certification and then verification of these certificates of origin.
Knowledge was well impacted. We were trained on the rules of origin on free trade areas, basically on AFCFTA, and we learned about rules of origin and the technical aspect in which we can determine the rules of origin on the consignment coming from a state party, and as well we learned the classification aspect of it, the evaluation aspect of it, and the major rules of origin, how to determine the rules of origin by certification and as well origin verification.
The workshop has underscored the importance of collaboration in fostering intra-African trade and strengthening the role of customs officers in implementing rules of origin effectively. The working visit of the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeni, MFR, in October 2024 to assess the rollout of Budogu, which is to replace the Nigeria Integrated Customs Information System, NISIS-2, as the service's legacy system, has since then culminated in choosing Ports and Terminal Multi-Services Limited, PTML Command, as Pilot Implementation Command. About 2 months on, Comptroller Tenny Danian speaks about the prospects of the new legacy system.
The advent of Budogu has been a blessing because as it was coming, it brought with itself, with the program, a diversification of shipments from other parts of the world. Formerly, this terminal is only Europe and America. All the efforts were made so that they would diversify, and they kept to it. So simultaneously, or coincidentally, as we put it, when Odogu was coming on board, then shipments just started coming in from China and the East. So I will tell you that it's a stream of, it's an additional stream of revenue for Nigeria's Customs Service. If you can look at our board, we have never had it so good. The last month of November, we are having over 44 billion. So you can see it's right on the board, it speaks for itself. That's to tell you there is an increase. Odogu has brought in increase. That is why I can...
While acknowledging that being a pilot program, there is no denying the fact that Bodogu could have its teeth in problems. The Customs Area Controller emphasizes they are being surmounted.
There'll be challenges because it's a new thing you want to learn about. You don't even know how to assess it or go into the system. Yes, we will assist you. So you can tell that person if he has made his declaration and is unable to proceed, let him come to Nigeria Customs House here. We have people on ground to assist him. That's why it's called a pilot command, a pilot program, a pilot project for a specific place. So that whatever errors, whatever issues that we resolve here, they will not be repeated when we're going to think on our papa. So we must get it right here. So you come with your issues, and we thank God we are getting them right by the day. There are statistics to show, there are statistics to convince you that yes, it is working, it's getting better and better.
Responding to claims in some quarters that the new system has caused delays as he addresses questions on turnaround time, Comptroller Daniel clarifies.
Turnaround time depends on you, the declarant. I don't think there's any person who has declared well, made proper declaration, without anything that has been delayed here. You won't sacrifice on the order of turnaround the revenue collection. I say it where I go. Turnaround compliance depends on you. If you bring a wrong foot, it's very difficult for you. Proper thing will be done. Infraction will be given to you, will be detected, and be given a DN. So Bodogu is not here to delay trade, but rather to facilitate trade the best way. It's the same way.
The Customs Area Controller stresses further that Bodogu is a Nigerian initiative that requires the support of all Nigerians, insisting that there will be no return to NICES 2. In its resolve to reap the western waterways and creeks in that axis of smuggling activities with the view to protecting the health and well-being of citizens, as well as the economy of the nation, the Western Marine Command has given smugglers bitter pills to swallow, intercepting 1,658 loaves of cannabis sativa, weighing 788 kilograms, 386 bottles of 300 ml codeine syrup, with 182,196,000 naira duty paid value.
The inordinate gets by citizens to get rich by enemies fuels the menace of smuggling. Citizens must understand that smuggling is injurious to our economy, and smuggling of hard drugs has even more devastating effect on our health and economy. Let me use this opportunity to reiterate that the Western Marine Command will not hesitate to take decisive action against any individual group attempting to undermine the government's trade restrictions and fiscal policies.
In a demonstration of interagency collaboration and in compliance with directive of Comptroller General of Customs, Comptroller Paul Bamise hands over the intercepted cannabis sativa and codeine syrup to National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, and National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, respectively.
We truly appreciate this moment. Controller, you have demonstrated that synergy that we have been yearning for. We speak about it. We all clamor for it to see that the agencies work together. For 300 and something couldn't to escape into the community, you will have known what it can do to the people who are intending to take it. You have done a wonderful one. My director and the agency itself is looking forward to see more of that.
Controller, I want to thank you for your answers.
3 suspects have been arrested in connection with some of the interceptions made. The Joint Border Patrol Team, Sector 2, which covers the southwest zone of the country, has continued to record tremendous success in its quest to enhance security of the nation, thereby ensuring safety of the citizenry in that axis. The most recent of the team's interception that has to do with protecting the nation's security is that of 6 pump-action rifles and 1,125 live cartridges concealed in sacks of cassava flakes, attempted to be smuggled into the country. Coordinator of the team, Deputy Comptroller Mohammed Shoaibu, reveals what he attributes part of the team's success to.
I will make use of the highest level of professionalism. We synergize with not only the ones that are already in the system. We talk outside. Even the press, we're always talking with you. Anyhow, we can make we can make our operation easy and smooth. We do that. We have 7 C's in customs that when you are in difficulties or you are in doubt, you try to extend that to your 7 C's. We call it 7 golden rules. By the time you make use of it, where you are in doubt, they'll put you through and you get your operation going, and that's what we've been enjoying.
He admonishes Nigerians while also lamenting the attempts to carry out the smuggling of the intercepted rifles and cartridges.
We should learn to be patriotic and stay away from this kind of business. We have other business to engage ourselves into. This is a very dangerous trade. It's the same thing like when we say the drugs, we talk about illegal arms. Why do we need it? We don't need them here. The only thing we need is what do we do to make our people survive, and what do we make our people become comfortable in their daily life activities. We have been having issues of banditry, kidnapping. Without this, they will not carry out this first act. I don't know how many lives this we have destroyed from the society, but we thank God we are able to get this, and this is called out of the society.
Meanwhile, Deputy Comptroller Shoaibu reveals that since the inception of the Joint Border Patrol Team Sector 2 in August 2019, the team has recorded seizures with over 36.7 billion naira duty-paid value, intercepted 1,507 irregular immigrants, and prevented several cross-border crimes. He reveals that the items intercepted by the team within this period include 5,575,020 liters of premium motor spirit, 15 pump-action rifles, 280 suspected human trafficking cases, 480 motor vehicles, and 1,190 means of conveyance, amongst others. He says the team has also generated revenue to the tune of 1.14 billion naira through sales of seized petroleum products, amount which has been paid into the Federation account. Deputy Comptroller Shoaibu uses the medium to award some officers of the team in recognition of their exceptional performance and contributions to the team's success. He also acknowledges the contributions of patriotic citizens and stakeholders for their role in the fight against cross-border crimes. He again expresses gratitude to the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, and the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adini, MFR, for their support, which aided the team's success all around.
Hello, and welcome to the segment Customs Hub on Customs Duty. This is a segment that summarizes some of the activities of the Nigeria Customs Service regarding weekly revenue generation and other related matters. We take a look at the total number of pre-arrival assessment reports issued and revenue collected from Friday 29th of November 2024 to Thursday 5th of December 2024. The total amount of pre-arrival assessment report, also known as PAR, issued for the week amounts to 4,601. The Nigeria Customs Service also generated 93,071,581,421 naira 29 kobo in revenue for the week. In another development, the Nigeria Customs Service collected the sum of 3,183,001,884 naira 44 kobo from excise duty. That is all for the segment Customs Hub.
We have come to the end of this week's episode of Customs Duty. For more information, you can always follow us on our social media handles, now being displayed on your screen. You could also visit our website at www.customs.gov.ng for more updates about the service. See you same time next week. Don't forget to shun smuggling, avoid corruption, and embrace peace. Remember, we all have a collective duty to make Nigeria a prosperous nation. Play your part and we will achieve a Nigeria of our dreams. I am Tosin Obiakeme. Thank you for watching.